All right, this is my first video of the day, and you can see, look at how much creamer I have. Sometimes I put coffee in my coffee, but I believe like a 75% ratio of creamer, 25% coffee, that's a darn good way to start your day. Vanilla latte, vanilla caramel, is it caramel? Vanilla, caramel, caramel, whatever. French vanilla. Oh yeah. And hazelnut, which is kind of chocolate. I I heavily get a shovel, put it in. See the side? When the side of your coffee has that much on the side, you got a pretty good cup of coffee. And please don't pay attention to my coffee mug. I know it's very immature. I am very immature. I admit it. But at least I own it. Oh, this coffee's good. Now I'm going to have to do 59 videos today, maybe 57 and a half. That's where I just like get zoned out and I just end the video halfway through. Okay, one thing I like about Live Good and the multiple income funnel and any home business that requires basically people just to go to a website, maybe read a little bit and click. And then they just watch a video and they decide, yeah, you know what? I kind of dig it. All right. Same with my email campaigns. I just write an email. And if it's interesting enough and people are kind enough to click the link inside the email, they will go basically to a video. They'll watch and make a decision. You know what? I'm in. I like the products. I like the opportunity. I want to make money. I can afford it. And most importantly, can you do it whenever you have time to do it? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, look, you've got to carve out a couple hours a day and you got to dress up and get a chalkboard. And I'm going to have a ruler. And if you don't sit down at your desk, I'm going to take a ruler and smack you one. That's my age group, believe it or not. That happened. If you're going to school in the 60s and the 70s like I did, yeah, if you didn't mind, they'd come and smack your hand even with it. Then you're like, yeah, you're wondering how all the greatest fighters of all time probably got good at fighting. It's because we were zoning out and bored off our ass. And it's not that we didn't want to learn, it's just that it was boring. And I get it. Sometimes you're going to have a boring class, a boring teacher. You're going to have a boring video. You might have a boring person. See, every person doesn't break dance like I do, like 1988. Remember the show Breakin'? Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo? Okay, remember that? See, that's my age group. So I know how to do Vogue too, like Madonna. And I'm even from the 70s. All right? I mean, Casey and the Sunshine Band. Some of your teachers, they might make you zone out a little bit. And oh man, if they made you zone out, you would doodle, you would pass notes, or sometimes you would just accidentally fall asleep, even though you got really good at going like this. And then you'd fall asleep on your fist. And then in the earlier, well, I'd say around the 80s or 90s when the Sony Walkman, the roller phones, but you know the Sony Walkman little headphones, before the little earbuds where you could hide them. But I remember in later years in high school, about 11th or 12th grade, some of my friends had the little Sony Walkman, and then they'd put a little hoodie on, and they would sit there and crank music. And the teacher, you know, the Walkman headphones weren't that popular yet. So the teachers didn't really realize that a couple of my buddies were actually cranking some tunes. You know, they'd have them back a little bit, then they put the little hoodie on a little, and I was so jealous because I couldn't afford roller phones or Sony Walkman. But I remember Joan Jett with I Love Rock and Roll. I remember that was like one of the biggest songs, and Rock You Like a Hurricane. All these songs, heavy metal was just like, you know, Motley Crue was just coming out, Metallica, and my friends were rocking out, and I couldn't. And nowadays, you could probably just like go like this and think, and that music will come in your ear one day. Instead of an MP3 and MP4, and MP5 is where you put maybe a little chip or maybe an earring in, and your head will just fill with the most beautiful, crystal clear bass, treble, just the best of the best will be inside your ear, and we won't even hear it. Only you will. That's probably the future, and that would be kind of cool, because I'd be cranking right now like Bay City Rollers or ABBA, Dancing Queen. Why doing videos? I mean, yeah, people wonder why I like to do videos so much. Because I'm crazy and I drink too much coffee and I have to have an outlet. And my outlet is teaching and screwing off and having a good time and being myself. The reason I'm bringing this up and just telling you a little bit about my days in high school and what I reflected on and where I've been and what I've done and who the hell this guy is with his freshly shampooed forehead that looks like I squirted way too much Armor All on top of this noggin. If you storytell a little bit, and what I mean is not sitting down with a book and saying, grandkids, let me read you about Dr. Seuss. Tell a little bit about yourself. Are you new? Are you inexperienced? Are you nervous? Are you a father? Are you mysterious where it's like no one needs to know? Because I'm so important to the FBI. If they find out that I live in Utah and live, I don't know, by the mountains, and I'm in LIVEGOOD, and I'm living good and feeling good, that the FBI is going to come and break in, and I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe paddle my ass or something, or maybe make me get a haircut. But some of my friends, no disrespect to my friends, but I don't think any FBI agent or any spam or scammer or anyone on the planet really wants to come and get them. Nope, not even a half a person. Not even if a person got his arm cut off and he was looking to just go steal someone's arm real quickly, where you just go up to someone and shake their hand and then you pull hard, you pull their arm off and you run to the doctor and you have your underground doctor sew a brand new arm on. I have friends that I don't think people would even steal their arm or their leg, but they're like, oh no, hell no, no one's getting my information. I'm not going on Facebook or TikTok or they get all your information and they're going to gut me dry. And I'm like, okay, I know. But hold on, I got to go live on Facebook and screw off and dink off and mess off and go on YouTube. And after that, send out emails. I even have people call me if they want. Not one bad thing's happened yet. And maybe it's because I have like crazy Legos or something. It gives me kryptonite power. You know, when kryptonite and Superman get together, it's not a good combo. It's kind of like beans, rice, and, well, triple cheese, burrito, and then traveling with that person on a train for about 6 hours. Sometimes things don't mix. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to education or just doing a business where you need to convey something and you can be yourself and relax and just invite people to watch video. In high school, how cool would that have been just to sit down in 6th grade or let's say 4th period in 10th grade? Okay, class, you know what? Take some notes. But you know, I'm going to press play and let's watch this 40-minute video or 30-minute video about history. And then we'll go ahead and discuss it. And you're like, cool. And then all of a sudden she presses, your teacher, she presses, let's say Top Gun Maverick. And you're like, dun dun dun, you know, or you put on the Titanic and we learn about like that cute little Leonardo DiCaprio saving that poor lady. And then when the poor girl's in the water freezing, and Leonardo's like, God, I wish someone would invite me up on the wood and maybe save my life. And Rose was her name. She just goes, God, I'm sorry. I love you, but not that much. So we're going to see your dead ass float to the bottom. And then sharks are going to come and munch you. But I love you. Okay, bye. There's no part 2 to Titanic. I'm getting to New York. Goodbye, Jack. Okay, we would have sat there laughing going, man. We would have all went to shop class and guys would have said, okay, we're going to learn how to build life vests or how to construct wood real fast into a floating device. Because we are not going to the bottom where we get munched on by orca or jaws. It's like, okay. So if you make your videos a little fun or interesting, even if they're crazy, this video I just made, I talked about 49 different things. But at the end of the day, I just go like this. What's LIVEGOOD? Let Jeff, here. Joincory.com. Okay? Let Ben Glinsky, I almost said Jeff, sorry, no disrespect. Let Ben Glinsky, our CEO, just talk about LIVEGOOD, and he does it great in 6 minutes. He shows the opportunity, the products. He does just a banging job. And all I do is go to GoDaddy, and I bought joincory.com, and I forward it to the LIVEGOOD capture page, which you get. And it does all the recruiting and everything. It even gets people's names and email addresses, and then LIVEGOOD takes over for 30 days and sends beautiful email to remind people, hey, you know what? We're right here. If you want to join, come aboard. Come aboard the SOS Titanic 2. That's all I do, guys. Be yourself, have fun, talk a little bit about yourself. Let people get to know you. I firmly believe, and I'll end the video with this, people join people. People, sure, you theoretically, literally join LiveGood, but 99% of the people that join me, they feel like they know me from video or at least a screw-off email or messing off on Facebook. The more fun you have, the more social you are, you're definitely going to have more results, okay, with people signing up. I firmly believe that. All right, I'm done. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my coffee. And if you guys, any questions, get a hold of me. Information's right below the video. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, peace and love. We'll see you guys next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.